doesn't gold go the opposite way of what SPY? Isn't that typically where people are putting their safe bets?
Sounds good to me. Let's look at let's add SPY. Let's add SPY to our chart. This little blue line I just added to TradingView is SPY, right? And when I see something like this, this is not correlated. This is not correlated extremely well, right? Because gold actually, as SPY was going down, gold kind of went up, and that's kind of what you're saying. Like, it kind of makes sense, you know, when people want to like look for a store of value and they're a little afraid of things, that they like hoard gold. I think what has happened, and the reason that we're seeing, which is, by the way, look at the beautiful ABC correction on our chart, and gold is sitting right on the 50, which is a cool place to watch this for a possible reversal. Does it have to reverse here? Absolutely not. Could it come on down to the blue line? Yeah, sure, it could. I think that the reason we see such a difference here is that at one point, gold had appreciated like 77% over SPY. I just think, let's look historically. Like, I guess as we zoom out, it just gets worse and worse, right? So gold goes up, SPY kind of goes up. We see a cross right here, and then we see like a massive, this was COVID, right? Yeah, COVID. So SPY dropped, gold went up. Kind of what you would expect, right? People were, but then we started seeing that gold just outperformed all of a sudden. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys follow Robert Kiyosaki, but he's been talking about gold for so long. I thought he was just like peddling it as a I don't know, some kind of scam or something. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I didn't say that. Probably cut that out. But I feel like the reason that we're seeing gold kind of pull back a little bit when things seem a little bit uncertain is that it's just run too fast. Like, it's just like any stock out there. I know a lot of people love Rocket Lab, and when I look at Rocket Lab on the weekly chart or even the daily chart, like when you see a stock do this, like when you see a stock go from, hold on, let me take SPY off. Let's get SPY off of our chart so we can kind of look. When you see a stock go from 90 to 150 in the span of from May, like that's 1 month. Yeah. Let me look at the monthly chart. When you see something like this, like if you saw gold or SPY or whatever it is, if you see gold go from 80 to 150, like almost double over a single month, I just think it needs a rest. And that's what I think about like gold. Like if we look at gold, it just needs a rest. Like gold is supposed to be this kind of boring safety. And we've gone from, let's see, just from 2025, we've gone from 250 to 500. You know, that's a big move for any asset or commodity or whatever you want to call it. The cool thing about gold is that I was reading something, and like gold has actual store of value, but it actually has uses in like microchips, and a lot of companies actually need gold to work. So I feel like this move in gold looks pretty aggressive on the downside, and it is. We're below the 200 on the daily. But when you look at the weekly, like we're right at a good point where either it's going to reverse, and it kind of already is reversing here. So it should hold here for a little while. And if it's going to make another leg down, it's going to head down to 330. And why? Just because gold has gone from 320 to 490 in the matter of 6 months or 8 months. That's my thoughts.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate it because again, like I said, our household has been trading GLD, but you see the greed fear index, and right. Typically I would assume that it would be going the opposite way right now. So
yeah, I would too. I just feel like the move is so big, and like when you watch the headlines, it's like there's uncertainty in the Middle East, so gold is suffering. I'm like, if there's uncertainty, wouldn't you want to oh look, we actually moved a little bit. Wouldn't you want something that should hold its value? And I think that the problem is that gold has just kind of run ahead of its skis just a little bit, right? Like it looks a lot more reasonable from a valuation standpoint when you see that we're finally at the last 50 weeks of price valuation. This looks like a growth stock, not like gold, you know? So if I were to show you this chart, it looks like a growth stock to me. So I think that's the problem.